Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Now today I wanted to do a follow-up on my rarest drop rates video. In that last video I went over the theoretical rarest drops that you could receive in Oldschool Runescape, or at least the rarest single drop rate that you could get, not including combinations of rare drops. However, today I want to look at what are the rarest drops that people have actually gotten. Now I'm going to be judging this not just based on the drop rate, but some other factors including the difficulty of the content. For example, I'm going to rate a 1 in 1000 drop from the Nightmare much higher than a 1 in 1000 drop from Bandos or something like that. Anyway, I just wanted to do a shout out to Devious, who has made a couple of videos like this in the past. I'll leave a link to his video in the description. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and let's get started. Now, first up here we have a single drop by none other than Guides for Us All, who managed to pull a 3rd Age Druidic Robe Bottom from a Master Clue. Now this is extremely rare. He didn't get it from a Mimic, he got it straight up from a Master Clue Scroll. Now the 3rd Age Druidic Robe Bottom is, I believe, the rarest Clue Scroll item at 1 out of 313,000, or at least the rarest considering how long it takes to get the Clue Scroll, and the fact that it's not available from any other tier of Clue Scroll. You have to get it on a Master Clue, and it's 1 out of 313,000 makes this exceedingly rare, and I'm pretty sure he sold it for over 1 bill, so yeah, congrats. Okay, next up here we have a player by the name of Armadillo Player V2 who managed to not just get a back-to-back Zulrah item. This player got a back-to-back-to-back Zulrah item drop. He got a Serpentine Visage and then a Magic Fang and then another Serpentine Visage. Now the chance of getting a back-to-back-to-back of any Zulrah unique is about 1 in 2.1 million. And of course the drop rate of getting these specific items is going to be much higher. And now next up here we have a player by the name of Spectral who managed to get 2 Nightmare drops from a single kill. Now this was done after the drop table change. Now my understanding of the Nightmare drop table now is it's a lot simpler. Now this person did this as a solo, and the chance of getting an Inquisitor's Plate Skirt is around 1 out of 600, and the flat rate of getting the Volatile Orb is 1 out of 1,800. Now this can change a bit if you have multiple players because there is a chance of getting a second roll on each of these tables, but this makes the drop rate over 1 in 1 million. And considering the sheer amount of time it takes to kill the Nightmare, it's like 20-minute kills for a solo, it would take multiple lifetimes to get this drop again. Okay, next up here we have a player named Pernixier who managed to get a back-to-back Twisted Bow. Now from the image it looks like they're doing it in a 3-man, and based on the amount of points they have and the rough drop rate of the Twisted Bow, the chance of getting a back-to-back is about 1 in 1 million. Now I think the actual drop rate is maybe slightly less than the double Nightmare drop. However, doing a Chambers of Xeric kill is going to take a lot longer than a Nightmare kill, which I think bumps it up the list a bit. The amount of time it would take you to, on average, get a back-to-back Twisted Bow is beyond comprehension. Okay, next up here is a Barrows chest reward, and there's been a couple players that have managed to pull this. I'm pretty sure the rarest Barrows chest is 4 items. I don't think anyone has ever gotten 5, and the reason for that is the rarity goes up very quickly. A while ago, a Reddit user by the name of CEIO did the math on the chance of receiving multiple items from a single Barrows chest. 1 item is about 1 out of 17, 2 items is 1 out of 721, 3 items is 1 out of 54,000, 4 items is 1 out of 7.3 million, and that is what this player managed to get. 1 out of 7.3 million is ridiculously rare. Now continuing forward, to get 5 items from a single chest is about 1 out of 185 million, and to get 6 items is about 1 in 1 trillion, which you can kind of see why it doesn't seem like anyone is probably ever likely to get 6 items, maybe 5. Just in case you wanted to grind out for 4 items yourself, it's going to take you about 56 years of game time to ever hit this rate, so you better get started now. Alright, next up here we have a user by the name of Iron Jack Noir. And this user actually managed to get a Jagex prize from winning a contest, which is exceedingly rare. This guy managed to pull a RuneScape t-shirt, a mouse pad, a cool Christmas sweater, and an Oldschool Runescape tote bag. It's a little bit hard to calculate the exact odds of receiving this, but I think it's somewhere around 1 in 73 million. And I'm pretty sure only a few other people in RuneScape history have managed to get this drop. So congrats to Iron Jack Noir, that is insane. Now, throughout RuneScape's history, one of the most desirable and sought after Clue Scroll rewards is Ranger Boots. Now the reason they are so iconic is partly because they're really useful and partly because they come from a clue scroll and are actually kind of rare. Now the chance of getting ranger boots is about 1 out of 1,100 per roll, and you get 3 to 5 rolls. Now getting one set of ranger boots is around 1 out of 250 to 1 out of 300, depending on how many rolls you get. Now a lot of players have gotten that, however a select few amount of players have managed to get 2 ranger boots in a single clue, which is really rare. The chance of getting double ranger boots is like 1 out of 100,000. Now as far as I'm aware, nobody has ever gotten 3 ranger boots in a single clue. However, it was just revealed in the 2019 data stream that a player has managed to get double ranger boots twice, which means the same account managed to get that 1 out of 100,000 roll twice, which is ridiculously rare for one account. Yes, I understand the actual chance is a lot more common than some of these other ones, but I really like this one, so it's a bit higher up on the list. Now in general, I was trying to find images that offered pretty concrete proof of the story they were saying. Now this next one here, I'm not 100% sure on. Now it was posted on Reddit, and the player said that they got a back-to-back bandos tacit drop from Sergeant Steelwhale, which is the bandos minion. Now that is insanely rare, and even if that's not true, this player still managed to get 2 tacits from Sergeant Steelwhale in 51 kills. Now getting any bandos item from the God War's bodyguards is 1 out of 16,000, which means the chance of getting this back to back is roughly 1 in 260 million, which is definitely getting up there for one of the rarest drops ever recorded. Now, lucky implings have fascinated people for years because they're so rare. There just really isn't a lot of data on them. However, we now know that it is possible to get any item from the clue scroll reward table. However, since it's a clue scroll reward, it's extremely rare to get anything, and that stacked on with the fact that lucky implings are so rare just to find them. Lucky implings are actually around 10 times more rare than a dragon impling. They're so rare in fact that a lot of people actually never see one. I don't know if I've ever seen one, to be honest. Now the rarest item that has been confirmed to have come from a lucky impling was confirmed by ModLottie back in 2017, and it was a Bucket Helm G. Now this item has a drop rate of 1 out of 13,000 for a master clue, and as the lucky impling has an equal chance of hitting any of the clue drop tables, we can multiply that by 5 to get a 1 out of 68,000 chance of getting that from a lucky impling. However, since then there's been a few images crop up. However, the most impressive one that I can't 100% confirm is a 3rd age bow that an Ironman apparently got while farming. Now this would make the drop rate around 1 in 2.4 million, which would be absolutely incredible. I'd really like an update from ModLottie to this stat because I'm really curious to know what is actually the rarest drop from a lucky imp. Now next up here we have another insane drop. However, once again, the picture doesn't prove it 100%. There was some talk about this being proven in a RuneScape Mythbusters episode, but to be perfectly honest, I'm not 100% sold, but let's have a look at it anyway. So this player managed to get a Draconic Visage and a Dragonfall Helm in a single drop. Now as the Draconic Visage is a tertiary drop, it's actually possible to get both of them at once. Now from a Mytho Dragon, the Draconic Visage is a 1 out of 10,000, and a Dragonfall Helm is a 1 out of 32,000, and that would make this drop 1 out of 327 million. Now that is absolutely crazy. That is like winning the lottery, and that's actually a pretty decent drop, but currently worth around 50 mil. Alright, next up here we have a player who managed to get a back-to-back Smoldering Stone from a Hellhound. Now apparently Imgur was down when this person was trying to take a screenshot, but we can see that they are probably in Neve's Cave. And now for those who don't know, getting a Smoldering Stone from a Hellhound is about 1 in 32,000, so getting that back-to-back is actually around 1 in 1.1 billion. Winning the lottery in the US is actually more common than that. So instead of winning like 100 million US dollars, they now have 2 Smoldering Stones. Now once again, this isn't really absolute proof that this is back-to-back, or that they weren't just maybe killing Cerberus before this. I mean, look at the screenshot. It doesn't look very staged to me. They took it with their camera, so I choose to believe it. Okay, and finally here, coming in at number 1 is a user by the name of Ross2007, and I believe this one has been confirmed, and it's a Zulrah kill. This player managed to get an elite clue scroll, a pet snakeling, and 2 uncut onyxes from a single kill. By far the rarest drop I've ever seen. I'm pretty sure some people did the math, and this is about a 1 in 78 billion chance drop. Now, I'm not sure if there has been another recorded drop rarer than this, but I'd be impressed if there was. Just the sheer amount of luck that went into this, 1 out of 78 billion, you just can't understand that. All I can say is hopefully that guy went on and bought a few lottery tickets, because that luck is insane. Anyway guys, that is it for today's video. Now, I would definitely like to ask you, is there any drop out there rarer than this #1 spot? A drop maybe you've received or one you've found? I'd really appreciate it if you let me know and either hit me up on Twitter or via email, because I would really enjoy making a follow-up video to this. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.